what's up, winos? This is Quake. Welcome to another episode of Cheap Wine Finder. Oh man, what a week it's been. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I certainly did. Ate too much, drank too much, got some of that smoked turkey from the Weber grill. This thing's awesome. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. You go pick it up the day of, it's all black. You carve into it and it's just juicy, smoky goodness in your mouth. Mac and cheese. When did mac and cheese become a staple of Thanksgiving? Not complaining. Love it. Drank too much. A lot of whiskey. You know, you got the friends and family over, so you're showing off with the shaker, shaking up some martinis and Manhattans. And, of course, drank a lot of wine. And just when I thought I was gonna give myself like a week off, let my liver recuperate a little bit, no rest for the weary, man. This week, a couple of really fun dates coming up. Before I go into December 4th and drink this wine, let me touch on December 5th real quick. Now, if you're into booze at all, you know December 5th is Repeal Day. And that is, in 1933, they repealed the 18th Amendment with the 21st Amendment. And the 18th Amendment was 1920, started Prohibition. So from 1920 to 1933, booze was a little rough to come by. And I'm not sure about the laws. Kind of confusing. I don't think it was illegal to drink it, as everyone seems to think. It was illegal to distribute it. It was illegal to sell it. And I think it was illegal to make it in most cases. So if you had a cabinet of the stuff in 1921, I think you were okay drinking it. If you were into the bathtub gin for personal consumption, I think you were fine. There were other loopholes too. Like I went to Louisville recently and hung out at Old Forester right downtown Louisville. They still make the best bourbon, man. And they made their bourbon right through Prohibition. Didn't bother them a bit. And they got away with that because it was classified as a medicine. Well, they should still classify it as a medicine. Because when I'm sick or have the flu, man, a little bit of that and a little bit of tea in my bourbon, and I am back at it. So December 5th, get out, have some fun. Raise your glass to freedom and democracy and the 21st Amendment and booze. Brings us to the day before, December 4th. December 4th, bear with me, is International Cabernet Franc Day. Now I can hear the groans already. What is this shit? There's so many international this and that days and national what day. But when I saw it was a Cabernet Franc Day, I got kind of excited. I kind of like Cabernet. I really love Cabernet Franc. It's a very interesting grape. It tastes good. And the more I learn about it, the more I liked it. I've had it in blends. I've had it straight up. It's always been a crowd pleaser. And very widely planted. Every continent's growing Cab Franc. Now, if you're into wine and you're into French wine and you're into Bordeaux wine, you know Cab Franc as one of the traditional 6 grapes that you can throw into a Bordeaux blend, along with Carmenere, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Petit Verdot, and Malbec. Those were the traditional 6, along with Cab Franc. Recently, due to global warming, I think just this year, they opened it up to 2 or 3 or 4 more grapes. But those were the traditional 6. So good blends, and then it's also amazing as a varietal. Areas like Chenin and Anjou in the Loire Valley are making some great 100% Cab Franc wines. You get the black currant and the black fruit and the raspberry, and it's got this little vegetal edge, man. It is amazing. And then now it's places like Washington are doing it, and even Canada is making ice wine with it. That's where you let the grapes freeze on the vine, and you get this real concentrated grape juice out of it. Now, speaking of the Bordeaux grapes, Cabernet Franc is the daddy. It is the daddy of Cabernet Sauvignon. You take a Cab Franc grape and a Sauvignon Blanc grape, and you smush them together, you get a Cabernet Sauvignon grape. Cool, huh? It's also the daddy of Carmenere. You take a Cab Franc grape and a Trousseau grape, and you smush them together, you get Carmenere. There would be no Carmenere or Cabernet Sauvignon without Cabernet Franc. Oh, and Merlot. I forgot all about Merlot. Poor Merlot. In this case, we don't know who the baby mama is. Cab Franc's the baby daddy, but nobody knows what the other grape was that made the Merlot grape. So like I said, man, this stuff is amazing. It's everywhere, and one of my favorites comes from a region called Paso Robles in California. It's like halfway between San Francisco and Los Angeles. You fly into either one and drive for 3 hours, and you're there. It's an awesome area, and there is a winery there called Field Recordings. And Field Recordings is a winemaker named Andrew Jones, and he makes all of this single vineyard stuff that is just amazing. Now, I happen to have a single varietal of Cabernet Franc that comes from a single vineyard, which is awesome. But I did want to mention that they have all these second labels that do multi-vineyard and multi-varietal stuff too. Lots of fun wines. But this is the Field Recordings Franc 2017. And yep, that is just FRANC. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pour myself some. Oh, yeah. Man, this stuff is exciting. I opened this maybe an hour ago. It is just raspberry and strawberry jam. And, that's something like in Washington, and with this Paso one, it's got a little bit of hint of blueberry on the nose. It's really interesting. And Cab Sauv, that's pretty bold, and it's dark red and it's tannic, and this happens to be Cab Franc's a little bit lighter than Cab Sauv. It's lighter in color. It's a little more elegant. So I'm going to go in for a sip. Hold up. Oh, man. That's awesome. Right away, hits me up with some amazing, like, black cherry. Got every vanilla in there and chocolate. And there's that blueberry again. Just a tiny bit of blueberry. Hold up. Oh, yeah. And it's funny. It's got a little bit of mint. Wow. And a silky finish. I love wine that has like a nice silky feel to it. Beautiful. Think I could pop that in there with some Wendy's spicy nugs. This wine would hold up. No problem. Turkey leftovers. What do you got? So, go check out cheapwinefinder.com for Cabernet Franc reviews and all kinds of wine reviews. Keep it cheap. See you next time.